Remember us. As simple an order as a king can give. Remember why we died. He did not wish tribute, or song, or monuments, or poems of war and valor. His wish was simple. Remember us, he said to me. That was his hope. Should any free soul come across that place. In all the countless centuries yet to be, may all our voices whisper to you from the ageless stones. Go tell the Spartans passerby. Here, by Spartan law, we lie. And so my king died. And my brothers died. Barely a year ago. Long I've pondered my king's cryptic talk of victory. Time has proven him wise. For from free Greek to free Greek, the word was spread that bold Leonidas and his 300, so far from home, laid down their lives, not just for Sparta, but for all Greece, and the promise this country holds. Now, here on this rugged patch of earth called Plataea, Xerxes forged face obliteration!
Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network, and welcome to the Zack Snyder Hour with Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Skywalker back at y'all with another one. Man, y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with me rocking out, and I appreciate that. Much love to everybody that's in the live chat and everybody that will be on replay crew as well. This should be a very, very fun stream. Much love to the peoples. Let's see who's already in here. Uh-oh. We got the homie Mac Main in the building there. Much love, bro. We got Mind of Inception in the building. We got the Batman in the building. We got James Granderson in the building. We got Nightwing in the building. We got Nessa Noel, the sponsor of tonight's stream, in the building. Much love, Nessa. We got Bass Reeves in the house. Much love, Bass Reeves. Who else is in here? SPR Dave. Who else is in here? Much love, much love. Nightwing. Hold up. Who else? Hold up. Chat jumping on me. Y'all in here going crazy. We got Diva in the building. Much love. Michael Capo. Thank you for stopping through, bro. Who else? Who else is in here? The chat keep jumping on me. Y'all in here going crazy. CY98. Much love, CY98. Shout out to the Jedi Consigliere. Much love, bro. Good to see you back in here. Shout out Sin Havoc 5150 in the building. Shout out Bat Dan. Mama Bear Doll. Thank you for being here, Mama Bear. We appreciate you as always. Dope talking to you in the space earlier. We got Frank C in the house. Much love, Frank C. And we got CY98, the member chat for 16 months. Been a minute, but good to be back. We appreciate you being here, bro. Let me go ahead and give you this drop one time for the member chat.
Good evening. We, the unwilling, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little. We are now qualified to do anything with nothing.
Yeah. All right, who else is in here? Vegeta is in the house. Much love. Douglas Murphy. Rebel Moon Theory is in the building. Shout out to RMT. All right, I think that's it. Brother Grimm is in the building. Much love. All right, yep. And I think that's it. All right. Let's go ahead and get through this little opening rigmarole so we can get started with the show, because we got a lot of stuff to discuss tonight. We got a lot of stuff to discuss tonight, y'all. Much love. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Y'all be sure to smash that like, share, and subscribe, as well as that notification bell so that you know when I'm going live or dropping a new video. You did all that good stuff, man. Look, y'all already know about the hashtags, and we about to discuss some of this tonight. But we got another stream tomorrow where we're going to delve even deeper. That should be even more fun. But we're going to touch on it tonight too, though. Right? Because, man, people crashing out. And I'm glad they crashing out, because it seemed like they spoke too soon. Seemed like they spoke a couple days too soon. See what happens? Right? Anyway. We just been being positive. Oh, that look, man. Look, y'all already know about ZSJL, the Netflix on YouTube, X, and Instagram. Y'all already know about how to sponsor a stream, like Nessa did by donating to the channel. Right? I know what y'all really here for. Right? I know what y'all really here for. Yeah. That was a wild space, bro. It was a wild space. But hey, we gotta let people know, bro. I almost went nuclear in there and said some wild stuff. So I had to take a second and go gather myself. And then I came back and did what I had to do anyway, but much more surgical. Crazy. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's get started with the stream. Because as y'all saw, and I saw you guys discussing in the chat, for some reason this just happened to drop today, but apparently that 300 series that WB was developing, turns out it might be going to Netflix, y'all. Right? I know you guys are like, wait a minute. Sky, where are you getting this information from? I'll tell y'all. Right? I'll tell y'all. I don't know if this is true, but this is coming from John Roca. Breaking. According to sources of mine, Netflix and WB are working on a 300 prequel series with Zack Snyder on board to direct the pilot. It's not been ordered the series yet, but a writer's room has been assembled. As a fan of 300 and Snyder, I love this news. Thoughts? Wait a minute, people. I thought Netflix and Zack Snyder was on bad terms. That's all I've been hearing for months. Right? That's all y'all been hearing. Oh no, Zack Snyder and Netflix don't get along no more. Right? They wanted to cancel Rebel Moon. Oh my, and who has been telling you guys that Netflix and Zack been on great terms still? Huh? It's been us. Over here. We've been the ones letting y'all know. But nah, for months, Zack and Netflix don't get along no more. So why is this rumored to be happening? Huh? Sin Havoc said that was a part of the Excalibur event. I'm not shocked. We got the homie W Necron in the building, said it didn't matter that Zack said he was taking a big break or a break from big IP movies. Exactly. It didn't matter that he said that, hey, doing that Rebel Moon stuff was like, it was taxing. He's like, hey, we had to do 4 movies pretty much. Right? 4 films. 2 regular cuts, PG-13s. And 2 director's cuts, rated R. Right? What happened to all them people that was saying Zack and Netflix was on bad terms? That's what I want to know. Why is John Roca reporting this that he's hearing? Why is that happening? Why is there being a writer's room assembled if Zack Snyder and Netflix are on bad terms? This is what I need to know. I wasn't saying they was on bad terms. Y'all know we've been over here championing their relationship. Right? SPR Dave says, Sky, didn't you hear that Netflix canceled Zack? Exactly. Frank C said it's about to get even uglier for him. I bet. Right? This is why they crashing out. And why they over here talking about they forgive. Don't nobody want no forgiveness over here, bro. Crazy. Can somebody answer that, please, for me? One time. Somebody type 300 in the chat. Right? TJ said, wait, Sky, is this a 300 and original IP or part of the 300 IP? No, I think, wait, Zack got the, wasn't it something with Zack and the rights? Right? But y'all let me know. Shane Havoc said Dan Lin got a new boss. Don't even trip. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Right? But I want to know right now. I thought Zack Snyder and Netflix was on the outs. Why are they assembling a writer's room? Huh? Why are they assembling a writer's room? He's like, yep, Zack got the rights back to his 300 sequel. Yep. Oh, all right. Yeah. Frank C said it's crickets tonight from all of them guys. Too busy talking about lanterns. Why are they not talking about how they were saying that, bro? I haven't been saying this. You guys know we've been championing this relationship. We've been saying, hey, we think everything's good. It seems like everything's fine. Zack is liking all these Netflix posts. Netflix is continuing to like posts about Zack and do all these things and post all this stuff. And hey, Rebel Moon was back in the top 10 worldwide and all this other stuff, or in all these different countries. All these different things was coming out. And we were being told that, hey, they're on the outs. And this was a consistent thing. People were invading the chat. People kept commenting, right? What has been going on? Why is there crickets right now that Netflix is assembling a writer's room for Zack Snyder's show? What up, Sky Abyss? He said, oh, Roka, the Disney shield talking nice about Zack. Wowzers, times have changed. Exactly. Everybody's having to bend the knee right now. Right? Super Sly said, now I see why y'all call him Shield Abdul. This is what we're saying. Everybody's been trying to dunk on this Zack Snyder Netflix angle. What up, Rudolph Jackson? And we kept saying there was no visible proof that Zack and Netflix was not rocking together anymore. We got mocked. We got called Netflix influencers, all this stuff. Because all we were saying was, hey, it seems like their relationship is fine. And now it turns out that same 300 series that everybody was talking mess about. Oh, yeah, look, Zack is back with WB and everything because he got the 300 stuff and blah, 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 right? When it was all that, little did we know that this shit was probably going to Netflix. Crazy. Insane. I'm not the one reporting this. I'm not the one. Look, I'm just bringing the information to you. That's all I'm saying. I'm telling you what John Roca said. John Roca said he's hearing that Netflix and WB is working on this show together. Right? And you might just start hearing those two names be paired up again a lot lately and in the near future. Right? Netflix and Warner Brothers. We tried to tell you guys the relationship seemed fine. Right? Somebody type ops in the chat. They kept saying, yo, I'm telling you, they fired him, guys. They fired him. What, Sky? Why won't you admit to the fact that Netflix and Zack Snyder are on the outs? Bruh, people been all in my comments. Somebody said it recently. It was like, yo, Sky, why you don't want to deal with the fact that Netflix and Zack Snyder, they not on the same page no more, man. They fired this guy. We told y'all. And now the chickens are coming home to roost and everybody want to be quiet. Ops. We got super slide with the $3 super chat saying 100. Look, I appreciate the support, bro. Look, we just trying to cook over here, man. Trying to have real valid conversations. And let me go ahead and give you this drop.
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.
On my video. I don't know what's going on. Right? This is crazy. We've been telling y'all the whole time. Hold up. Let me go out and come back in because this thing is tripping. Hold up. I'm about to put this on for y'all.
You see this all the time at the level of a top producer who, between them or separately, will make flop after flop after flop after flop. I'm not going to name them, but I know who they are. And they're not all American either. And they still get paid huge sums of money for being in films that nobody wants to see. And producers make pictures out of which they take enormous sums of money, and the films, again, are not films people want to see, they're always going to blame somebody else. Always. Not their fault. No, you were the one who said, or whatever. And there's a word for that. It's called upward failure. You see it all the time.
Hold up. What happened to my... Here we go. Yeah. I just want to know, though, y'all. I need answers to these questions. SPR Dave said, what else might WB and Netflix be working on? We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Right? Shout out to the dog. Apex Lux of the New Geeks. All right. It says Sky's computers becoming sentient. It's tripping, bruh. I just need the answers, y'all. I just need the answers. I need the answer to why they've been saying for months that this relationship turned sour. That's all that I want to know, right? Because this has been one thing that we have been consistently hounded over. Consistently. All this like, but you know, Netflix and Zack, man, y'all still support Netflix. They ain't even rocking with Zack no more, man. Like, can you even believe why y'all still over there? They ain't even rocking with Zack no more, man. They canceled Rebel Moon. This man said he's taking a break from big movies, and they like, yo, they canceled Rebel Moon, bro. Even though he just said he's taking a break from big movies. Crazy. Anyway, man, I would hate to be y'all right now. I would hate to be anybody that was out there talking about that. It was going to be crazy. Oh, man, Zack and Netflix don't rock together no more. Oh, Zack and Netflix don't rock together no more. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, moving along, Zack released a teaser on his Instagram for The Last Photograph with a caption about trailer coming soon. Okay, cool says, is The Dark Knight Returns going to be standalone or part of Snyderverse? We're going to discuss that in a second. We're going to discuss those rumors. TJ says, Sky, did these Paramount goons forget that Zack Snyder explicitly said he's taking a break from making big films? Bruh, it's cognitive dissonance, bro. There's no way that these people are doing this and they don't know what they're doing. There's no way. Right? But let's take a look at Zack's Instagram. Right? Oh, yeah. Atmosphere. Oh my God, bro. Wait, because My computer kind of tripping, y'all. Were you guys able to see that? Cool. Was everybody? What? Were you guys able to watch that? For those of y'all saying that y'all love the score, I agree. To me, it feels kind of like how Epic Tenet felt, right? Like it kind of reminded me of that. Bad Dan said, I would say Sky's going to get a copyright strike, right? But right now, it's just film owned by anyone other. Hey, I don't know. But I just know this. I know this. Hey, it's fine, bro. I'll cut it out if they try to trip. But if not, we gonna let it rock. Cool. That's crazy. Yeah, because look, on my side, my computer's like going crazy. It's like I'm hella roboting. It's like I'm all over the place. Right. And then I'm playing the drops. I don't even know when they're finished playing. Right. All that. Come on, yeah. But yeah, I was just thinking about Tenet. Yeah. Look, we're gonna rock this out one more time. Right? We're gonna rock this out one more time. Come on, man. And this is another original idea too, ain't it? It's another original idea. If I'm not, man, come on, man. It's an average said that this was shown at CinemaCon and Cannes Film Festival, and that's what's up. All right, the score is similar to Tenet. Yeah, hey, see, I called it, yo. I can't wait for this trailer to drop, y'all. Oh my god. We got cinema incoming, y'all. Cinema incoming. St. Average said this with Columbia. I can't wait till they announce something. I mean, yes, we do need that release date. I need that full trailer, bro. This is our first little taste of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need the whole plate, bro. I need that trailer. Or that's the appetizer, really. Right? And let me get my spinach artichoke dip. You know what I mean? With the queso on the side. You know what I'm saying? And let me get my appetizers right. Nah, this is crazy. Look, I'm so happy for Zach. This dude's over here cooking up while people is acting crazy, man. This is dope. Right? Yeah. I ordered my hot sauce an hour ago. That's that Tenet talk. If y'all ain't known. Shenavin says maybe a full trailer before year's end. Yeah, I'm expecting that with Zach saying full trailer coming soon. Right? That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting that full trailer. I feel like we about to be getting some dark psychological stuff with this movie, man. Oh my God, bro. How far is Stuart Martin gonna go? Right? Bad Dan said Tenet, the In-N-Out burger of Nolan films. Bro, I will all bro. Bad Dan is about to successfully rage bait me right now, bro. He about to successfully rage bait me. McMahon says Cell always was the right side. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all. Right? But what y'all think about this last photograph teaser? Right? What y'all think about that? Use one word to sum up how you guys feel about that last photograph teaser. And TJ says the full trailer will say who is going to be. Oh, who's going to be the distributors? Bro, ain't it crazy how whoever is distributing this movie is like the talk of the town? Right? TJ said, feed me more. Bad Dan said, it looks really great. You can't wait to see it. McMahon loved it. Bad Dan says, hyped. The Batman, fire. Mama Bear loved the teaser. Joe Nathan says, fire. This is great for those actors. They're unknowns in a Snyder film. Shows how much he doesn't F with Hollywood. Yep. For sure. Shenavin said the trailer did exactly what it was supposed to do. McMahon is ready and hyped. Rudolph said astounding. New Geek says cinema. Douglas Murphy said interesting. All right. Bad Dan said not the In-N-Out burger of a certain director. I will say, bro, come on, man. A Mind of Reception says Zach has been cooking this one for years, and now it's a passion project of his. I'm excited, man. Yeah, like, ain't it crazy how he's gotten to do both of his passion projects he's been trying to get done for a very, very long time? He got those done seemingly before his return to these big movies, right? Or like one of them was a big movie, being Rebel Moon, but yeah, he's definitely gotten two of his long eluding him passion projects done, right? In Rebel Moon and in the Last Photograph. So this is very exciting times. TJ said, I see 52 viewers, but not 50 likes. Don't be a gun. Hey, y'all be sure to smash that like button, right? Because I will play the drop if you guys complete the comments. But, oh, yeah, we only had 29 likes, so we got a long way to go. Nessa says she's excited. Nightwing is activated. Yeah, these is great times. So I can't wait till we get that full trailer. We got a little bit of that atmosphere with this teaser, and I'm looking forward to everything that he drops from this. All right. Well, let's move on to the last topic for tonight. CY says, I remember reading an article about The Last Photograph back in 2017, where it was said the film would be made in between Justice League and Justice League 2. Prophecy, perhaps. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. That is crazy. Prophecy? Oh, man, that's nasty work. See why? That's nasty work, bro. If it's true, that's insane. He said it was always meant to be. He said it was always meant to be, bro. All right, but let's get to the last topic because this is what people are here for, man. This is what the people are here for. The Dark Knight Returns rumors. Right? There's been so much that has been stated and, talked about. We did a full takedown of the source of this information the other day with the fraud stream that we had when Clout chasing Zack Snyder goes wrong, which almost had like 900 views. So yep, did pretty cool. But yeah, we had a full takedown of the source of this information, right? But this conversation is still continued on, right? So I wanted to once again weigh in on this because we provided some video of Zack Snyder explaining why he would want a different cast for his Dark Knight Returns adaptation. He said it would be a totally different thing. It would have new actors and wouldn't have Cavill and Affleck as Batman and Superman respectively. Right? So then some people came back and said, Sky, well, Zach said later that it might be cool to have them. So why can't that be, why can't that be what this new thing is, man? Like, why can't that be it? My response first was, well, the one he gave the first time seemed more definitive. But let's even say, all right, cool, he might have changed his mind. And let's say, cool, he might have changed his mind about wanting to have his old cast in the Dark Knight Returns 1-to-1 comic book adaptation. Let's even say that. Well, I would then add this video that I'm about to show you guys, right? Because another part of that rumor, what up, Derek Waters? Another part of that rumor was that, Zack is going to do the Dark Knight Returns, and then he's going to come back to the Snyderverse afterwards, right? He's going to do the Dark Knight Returns first, and then he's going to go into the Snyderverse stuff, right? With Paramount. That also weirdly keeps being added to the conversation, right? And somehow Paramount keeps being brought up about the director's cuts, right? The Snyder stuff, even though they don't own the company right now, had nothing to do with bringing him back to Warner Brothers, right? But hey, they over there moving and shaking, even though they don't own jack squat, right? So let's say Sky. Zack changed his mind, right? He'll use the same actors. Okay, fine. Let's look at the other part of that scoop, right? That scoop that came from the person who I just showed to be a fraud the other day, right? Let's look at this. All right, because the full context was he's going to use the actors that he used before, and then also the Snyderverse is going to come after that, right? That is a very, very key piece of information. So let's see what he says here. Okay, see, now it ain't even playing. Wait, is it playing for you guys? I don't know. This computer is going haywire for me today. Okay. All right, cool. Hold on 1 second. Start the video. See? Skynet bugging today, y'all. Right? See, if they don't want Sky to get this information out there, y'all. If they don't want it, right? Crazy. So now it's just not gonna play.
Because 300 was a
Bro, what is going on? Hold up. This is wild. Hold on 1 second, y'all. This is wild. It ain't even playing if I try to play it separately. So I heard 300 and then it started buffering again. Exactly. He was about to put an end to all this speculation, though. That's what's so crazy. See, they don't want me to play this, y'all. They like, ain't no way. Everything was fine when I was checking it before the stream started. Everything was fine. Right now, all of a sudden, oh man, the video just won't play, Sky. Right? Oh man. right? It was all cool. Internet seems to be working fine. Nothing else is tripping. But all of a sudden, right? Just can't buffer nothing. Hold up. I'll be right back, y'all.
Hold on, Drake. You ain't gonna say nothing else before, we continue the party?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just need a moment of silence for this. I see dead people.
Mustard on a beat, how deep, bro. Any rap nigga, he a freak, though. Man down, call an ambulance, tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like, what's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all in they mama. How many op really got? Mean it's too many options. Finish pass on his body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogie man, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walking down, whole time I know he got some pulling him, extra shit, bully devouring him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they're in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand down. And party at the party playing with his notes now. And Papa got a real case, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Drop, fuck him up. I'ma do my stuff. Why you calling like a bitch, ain't you? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably they not like us. 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 They not like us.
All right. Now, y'all let me know if this is better. All right. We about to play this. Let's see what he says.
First of all, I appreciate that because, 300 was a...
Bro!
complete labor of love and insane,
bro, this is crazy.
300 was, I was a Frank Miller fan for a long time, right? And
okay, Frank Miller. Here we go, right? Here we go. Frank Miller. Let's see what he says.
I thought I would do Dark Knight Returns, frankly. That was the movie I wanted. I still want to do it. I always tell everyone, like, Dark Knight Returns. If I could do Dark Knight Returns, I'd be done with comic book movies.
Really?
Well, because, like, if you've done Watchmen, oh, sorry, I'm banging the mic. If you do Watchmen and Dark Knight Returns, like, for me, you're good. Your legacy is set. So, like, Batman versus Superman literally steals a lot of Dark Knight Returns. I'm not gonna say it didn't. It did, but it's still not Dark Knight Returns. So, yeah.
Oh, wait. So, nah, I restarted my whole computer, bro, and it still started doing that. This is what he just said. Once Dark Knight Returns is done, that's it. So the rumor of him, so let me get this straight. So first of all, we're supposed to believe that he's gonna use the same cast, even though he said before definitively that he wouldn't, even though he kind of walked it back later, maybe, possibly, maybe, right? But okay, cool. But then also, the rumor continues he's going to do the Snyderverse afterwards, to which he just said once he does the Dark Knight Returns, that's it for comic book movies. I didn't say that. Zack Snyder said that.
300 was, I was a Frank Miller fan for a long time, right?
He even went as far as to say that BVS and the Dark Knight Returns are separate from one another. Crazy.
And I thought I would do Dark Knight Returns. Frankly, that was the movie I wanted. I still want to do it. I always tell everyone, like, Dark Knight Returns. If I could do Dark Knight Returns, I'd be done with comic book movies.
Really?
Well, because like, if you've done Watchmen, oh, sorry, I'm banging the mic. If you do Watchmen and Dark Knight Returns, like, for me, you're good. Your legacy is set. So like Batman versus Superman literally steals a lot of Dark Knight Returns. I'm not going to say it didn't. It did, but it's still not Dark Knight Returns. So
yeah, and I agree. It's not Dark Knight Returns. You can still do a 1-to-1 adaptation that would be very different from what we got with Batman versus Superman. I agree. Right? I agree. I want to see him do that 1-to-1 adaptation. Right? TJ says, so basically anyone advocating for the Dark Knight Returns is asking Zack Snyder to retire from comic book movies / DC films. That's my point. Right? We got 44 likes. Hey, if y'all hit 50, y'all know that we get the drop. We get the drop if y'all hit 50. Right? But I mean, look, am I tripping, or did I just hear him say what I heard him say? I'll back it up again. Just one more time.
.300 was, I was a Frank Miller fan for a long time.
All right.
Right. And I thought I would.
Yo, it's crazy. I
thought I would do Dark Knight Returns. Frankly, that was the movie I wanted.
There's no reason for this to be buffering like this. There's no reason for this. There's absolutely no reason for this buffering. Bat Dan said he heard it, but nah, I'm gonna play it again, bro. Right? Buffer. That's what exactly. Right? Now the picture that went out. Bro, this is insane. Hey, like, Sky, you gotta stop it. You gotta stop spreading the truth. You gotta stop it. You gotta stop, Sky. You keep spreading the truth, and it's gonna be a problem. Right? You saying it's a StreamYard thing? Yeah. I don't know what's going on, bro. It's Average said the Dark Knight Returns is their dangling carrot they've been using for over a decade. Hey, bro, I'm starting to think it's something like that. Because why is this being brought up now? Right? And then the source that we're using is a fraud. The source that we're using this information from is a fraud. So I'm supposed to take his words over not only the fact that Zack said, hey, I'm probably going to use a different cast, even though it said, hey, he might have walked it back or changed his mind later. All right, fine. But then to also say that, hey, we're gonna not hear the fact that he said that would be his last comic book movie either. And then part of the damn scoop was he's gonna keep doing Snyderverse movies after it. So it's two things that have gone against statements that Zack has made, like, very plainly. And once again, I'm not saying that he's not directing a Batman movie. He very well may be. From my memory, Ben Affleck wanted him to direct the Batman movie. It makes sense for him to direct the Batman movie coming back. Right? Frank C says, Sky, the timeline for TDKR is in the mid-80s. Cavill Superman would be a baby. Nah, bro.
I was a Frank Miller fan for a long time, right? And I thought I would do another. I thought I would do Dark Knight Returns. Frankly, that was the movie I wanted. I still want to do it. I always tell everyone, like, Dark Knight Returns. If I could do Dark Knight Returns, I'd be done with comic book movies.
Really?
Well, because, like, if you've done Watchmen, oh, sorry, I'm banging the mic. If you do Watchmen and Dark Knight Returns, like, for me, you're good. Your legacy is set. So, like, Batman versus Superman literally steals a lot of Dark Knight Returns. I'm not gonna say it didn't. It did, but it's still not Dark Knight Returns. So I think that's still out there. But
y'all tell me if I'm not hearing what I'm hearing. Right? Is that not what he just said? Why do I have to come on here and say, hey, guys, let's not listen to a fraud? Right? Why am I the bad guy for saying, hey, guys, maybe we shouldn't listen to a fraud? Do we need 3 more likes? And 3 more likes to complete the conquest. Average said, roll the tape. Why do you think they created the Full Circle event? To give a send-off and to rally support for James Gunn, DCU? I don't know. Bad Dan said, Mikey Sutton said that Ben Affleck wants Zack to direct this movie. Exactly. That's my point. So I'm not saying he's not directing a Batman movie. That would be crazy of me. That would be crazy of me to say. Because I know that Ben wanted him to direct it. So I'm not saying he's not directing a Batman movie. I'm saying The Dark Knight Returns is not next. And for anybody trying to say I'm weird for listening to what Zack is saying, ask yourself, why aren't you weird for listening to a fraud who just got exposed? That's what I'm saying, right? A fraud who just got exposed like a couple days ago. Just did a stream with all the receipts. Sin Havoc said the only positives from Full Circle was for FSP and Sky and Leon asked the important questions. Exactly. Right? We had to go ask the questions that needed to be asked. That they didn't want asked. Right? One more like. Y'all smash that like button. Joe Nathan says, nah, man, the boss is going to execute a slate for us hungry fans before he get around to TDKR. Thank you. That's all I'm saying, bro. Derek Waters said, doesn't Ben's Batman script set up Justice League 2? Deathstroke using Batman's recklessness and BVS as a means to destroy him. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Integrity 101 says superhero fatigue debunked. Zack Snyder moved on from DC debunked. ZSJL2 is inevitable.
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.
All right, we at 50 likes. Let me get y'all the drop.
You still owe the Great One 50,000 more worlds. He will hear your plea when you pay your debt.
Crazy. So once again, I'm not saying Zack ain't about to direct the Batman movie, right? And I will also ask this question because maybe I'm tripping, right? Right? Maybe I'm tripping. Okay. Maybe I'm tripping. Because people took this as a teaser that Zack is probably casting for these projects. He said made 106 gram skipping stone out of clay, took it down to a little casting pond in the Arroyo Seco, and skipped it clean across back to the studio. I think I need a bigger pond. I will ask you guys again, right? What is a bigger pond? The Justice League or the Dark Knight Returns? Right? Zack would theoretically have already had a bigger pond with the Justice League than he would have the Dark Knight Returns. Now, look, we got some Batman fans in the chat, right? Y'all go ahead and let me know. What is the bigger pond? Type 1 for Justice League or 2 for the Dark Knight Returns? What is the bigger pond with the bigger potential for bigger storylines? 1 for Justice League, 2 for the Dark Knight Returns. Right? So even if we're going off of Zack's post, I'm not about to get on the internet and be clamoring for Zack to retire from comic book movies right before the Snyderverse is about to come back. This is nasty work. Right? Like, this is nasty work. Look at all these ones. Right? Look at all these ones. Right? I'm not typing these. Right? He said 1, the motherfucking Justice League. That's what I'm saying. We talk about what's the bigger pond. Is it the Justice League or is it the Dark Knight Returns? right? Because I saw Dark Side, Granny Goodness. It was all kind of new gods in there. You had the Atom, right? You had the old gods. You had Green Lanterns in there, Martian Manhunter, right? Steppenwolf. I mean, what? Seriously, I love The Dark Knight Returns. Dark Side ain't in that shit. Like, what are we talking about? So I'm asking, why are we clamoring for Zack to try to retire from comic book movies? If that doesn't seem to be what he's actually teasing, why are we listening to frauds? Bat Dan says, I still think that we get the Batfleck movie first. Probably. I'm not saying, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. That or Man of Steel 2. But, Henry kind of busy right now. So I get it. It makes the most sense. Right? I'm not going to argue. But I don't think it's about to be the Batman or the Dark Knight Returns. That's all I'm saying. Once again, I am not saying that Zack Snyder is not about to direct the Ben Affleck Batman movie. That is not what I'm saying. Mac Main said, nasty work. Nightwing said, the Emerald Cut is bigger than that. Right? Exactly. Right? Calabac, bro. And then even who knows? Even in the sequels, man, we could get Orion. Like, what are we talking about? Apex Lux said, going from ZSJL 2 to 3, 2 and 3, Batfleck solo, Wonder Woman 3, Cyborg solo, Flashpoint, bring back Snyderverse to The Dark Knight Returns. Exactly, bro. And you missing another Cavill movie in there. Add in Man of Steel 2. Crazy. Okay, cool said, not gonna lie. You're kind of right. Hey, thank you for just being open to the possibility. Right? All I'm saying, I'm just using logic. I'm just using logic and the information that is out there. Right? Integrity says, if it's just one movie, it's ZSJL2 or Man Steel 2. If it's 2, it's probably ZSJL2 and 3. If it's 3 movies, it's probably the 2 Justice League films plus either Man of Steel 2 or a Batfleck solo movie. We'll probably get 3+ films. Yo, I agree. Right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is that it makes more sense to me that Zack is teasing that we about to get more of this stuff. Right? But it doesn't mean The Dark Knight Returns. Big Barda. Right? Look, y'all put y'all last questions and comments down at the bottom. We're about to close this thing on out. Yeah, I just had to come have this discussion with you guys, y'all. If these things have been bothering me, I have not understood why we are listening to a fraud. Why we are taking the words of somebody that said F. Zack Snyder into consideration. Why are we discussing that? right? We showed you guys receipts of where this information came from. And y'all want to argue with me. Right? Come on, man. I like a homeboy said, I'm not gonna lie, you're kind of right. That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense however you look at it. Right? Now, if that person would have said, hey, Zack is gonna do the Dark Knight Returns and he is gonna be done, that would have been more honest. But they couldn't say that because they're trying to gaslight you guys. So they said, oh, yeah, he's going to do the Dark Knight Returns. And also, there is going to be a Snyderverse return after that. Crazy. Integrity said, I'm late to the party here, but I doubt he makes the Dark Knight Returns. As much as I love it, or as much as I love that, it doesn't really make sense. If he's doing one last DC film, finish the Zack Snyder's Justice League versus Darkseid story. Fucking obviously. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Man, look, I appreciate y'all coming up. Wait, hold on. Sinavic said he sent me the last photograph thing. Hold up. Yeah, I got it, bro. Let's do this. This is crazy. Oh my God. I'm about to say, now this ain't working. Look at this from 2016. He was talking about the last photograph in 2016. That is crazy. In between Justice League and Justice League 2. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it seemed like it became prophecy. Look, I'm gonna be back tomorrow, y'all. We got another discussion about all of this Netflix conversations that's been going on, and somebody scooping stuff about Netflix and Warner Brothers. We're gonna have that discussion tomorrow. Look, I can't look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. And what the hell is on Joey's head? Nah, look. We're gonna be back tomorrow cooking. I can't wait to have this discussion with y'all. We're gonna talk about all this Netflix stuff going on. And we're gonna go a little bit more in depth, right? While people crashing out, you know what I'm saying, over here talk about, oh man, you guys are so wrong about Netflix, bro. Integrity said, did anyone check on Zack lately? Are we keeping him safe for fans wanting more of his DC film? DC on film, bro. We got to keep him safe, bro. Shout out Josh Herrera. All right, yeah, man. We will be back tomorrow. Yeah, this was an all-time stream, man, for sure. I can't wait to be back tomorrow. We got some more stuff to discuss. Y'all be sure to pull up as we had that discussion. We're going to get it y'all tomorrow. Catch y'all next time. Peace.